TopAfric.
Abusha for Emre Asusa Yamfa Agudia Wisam and Damo and Enumre Ewa Radio TopAfric. Now, every Sabre, a copim, sir, no watch your body, Agudia Wisam and the air Bramo Jautikua to Basim. It's Abusha for every Sabre, a copim, sir, no watch your body, dear, yet the Agudia Wisam and a Baba Damo, not Bibia Etimi, a Kosua, and never share for some. As usual, you are now, you remove one and in some kakra. On say I say your priority and ye amanone normally no yan ya shada tena se na ya hwe efisem no nsema ekoso ewo ye fie meka se Ghana the ekoso the Premier League the ekoso ene the APP mo the various clubs no and yesinkunya yetime ede ni nyina ebedamo ewo eye Radio Top Africa bidin edi Bobich enche Frank Jam so ebe join here via Zoom na ono so etime the contribution ababeka jumede ne ho like I rarely said no Dr. Bako is already seated ono so eba be boaye mesrewa sa wo ba eye page ni so a na wabamode na wa share Facebook ukọ eye search engine na wabo eye Radio Top Afric na one like page no so na call YouTube so the same thing we dey call search engine no nebo eye Radio Top Afric na subscribe send be anytime be bia no na usuwetimi ehudie ekoso etunu de oba na wa share so na de bia no eka se yewo free ticket edema we hamburgers abroad Ghanaians abroad esanse Shakhtar Donetsk adapte eye Vosk Stadium omu Champions League game omu bebo against eye Barcelona ekwan bia so no ye beche eye ticket sene be ya obetimi abomodin akokobo wadi akohoma de bia na meka se oba Europe na se uye football fan na se wentimi anhwe eye UEFA Champions League dia na akakakra ha ntino we ya maw the opportunity se kwan bia so no bomodin na uswetimi enya eye free ticket na uswetimi akakobo wani akohoma ewo ho saa so na ye behwe eye the El Clasico El Clasico paso dindindin nyame yadema eye ochina ena sa game no eba so sisi na I think say El Clasico Barcelona and Real Madrid obi ntimi nkire say lose ni value I say Germany kra no bian say dan kan wasem bia no by nay yetenasia ana say yesinkunya ye bewremu na yetimi ede ho nsem ya no aba betamo ye hwe no mu say twumasi eba beka yensa na yetimi ewura nsem no mu na mami ra headlines nim kakra efisem ye behwe aye Kumasi Asante Kotoko yi ticket hun sem na think say generate problem pa ewo Kumasi Asante Kotoko any National Sports Council aso ye be rem kakra na the reason tia Kumasi Asante Kotoko empese omu ba adapt the yi ticket no ye be rem na ya hwe say ne kwan so anase Kumasi Asante Kotoko I say they are going beyond the law. Yebe room kakra na etimi ahwe Kumasi Asante Kotoko ebebo Bechem United Bechem Chelsea dabi mamenhwe Bechem United ya Bechem United nyame aduma kwasiada na sa particular game no baso ewo Baba Yara Sports Stadium na Professor Chumesi say Kumasi Asante Kotoko omu anyantum ama yanton yi ticket anase ya adapted the yi ticketing sort of purchasing na wahwe na Kumasi Asante Kotoko entimi nsia kan Kotoko so ababonten ababeka se kwan bia so no game no baso ho how would things be eno so ne be rem kakra na yetimi di nyem ensem no nyina ababedamo sa so na ye behwe eye Asante Gold onse Asante Gold ensem no na manfofo se adawo menya latest report kakra eno so ne be rem na yahwe ensema hodo a ekoso ewo ye Asante Gold asoye so Asante Gold ye jomo kwan kra na se once bia emrepem no muso besa aba George akwese free yeso no amanfo busa se na I say election ba wie no all silence obi an se dan kan ho asem bia no so George free ye ono so no wagemu se nya de a odi ye protest 70 man so twin bia bebem ana eno so be rem kakra is news no amanfo na ebusa say so Kurt okọ no post I see na ya electing say on to us no so George free ye wajema na say we give up ye behwe na eno so yetimi awremu nsem kakra na bibia atimi akoso ensem no edoso with a just headline metiti ani kakre ene mede amamo Dr. Bako is aji na kunya mamenko na minkoma Dr. Bako akwaba ansampona yetimi di amanane nsem no Abba Bedamo. Doctor, good evening.
Sir Bobich, good evening.
Bokodie.
Jaminado, fantastic. We are there.
Na minim so bag no.
Bag na some media.
Because bag no e kwa for so ja no na e den. Bag no.
Hanging bag.
And
me near my shame.
doctors no man as a papers and as that important to the extent they will lose.
Yeah, it's important. A lot of things are inside. I wouldn't want to mention most of them. So
now, this week, I mean, from Monday to Friday, me Monday na me ofie. Me resume ejuma Wednesday. Yeah. Until na me ofie, until na man shouldn't see about too much. I mean, your week from Monday to Friday. I mean, how was everything?
Yeah, it's been okay. A little bit busy, kakrebi. So I think the week has been fantastic. And also Champions League football was also within the week with Tuesday and Wednesday, and then the Young Boys Europa League was also on Thursday. So the week has been marvelous. You know, a week without football is like a net without a net without, like, with an empty nest. You see, so but week with Champions League football, we all know what it's all about, particularly when Barcelona is making it against Shakhtar Donetsk and Manchester United making comeback. A lot of things happen within the week, so we are here to make it.
But Man United, I think they are beginning to prove people wrong, kakra, because
no, it's just the moment. It seemed like Manchester United in Champions League 2 games, they could not actually win any of them or get a point in any of them. You can imagine. So as long as their fans are excited, but they are still actually afraid, because this is group stages. It's not about your technicality. It's about your form. And losing 2 games in group stages just means that you are not on form. So United currently, they are not on form. Don't let that one win actually deceive you.
Maguire, is he back?
You see, Maguire situation is very tricky. You see, even though Maguire last season was not actually on form, but looking at his previous, like Mourinho time, the time they bought him up to date, and even look at how he's performing with Manchester, with his national team, that's England team. He's been fantastic on that team. I just don't know what is happening with Manchester United. But I think for the subsequent games, you see what Maguire has been able to do with the back four Eric Ten Hag has been playing. And I think his confidence is coming back. And you know, players, it's all about the confidence. If you don't have the confidence to actually do what you want to do on the pitch, or you have less confidence going into the pitch, probably you will see a lot of mistakes from yourself. And Maguire, I think it was all about the masses. It was all about the club actually going on him for the kind of mistakes he keep on making, and the confidence was so down. You could even recall during the international break, he was actually training on his own, have a personal trainer who was training with him just to come back this season very strong. And I think this season he has been actually doing fantastic for the club. Just that he was just fortunate enough refusing to go out of United.
Frank, but Doctor, we're back. Now it was really sad. I think the last week or catch me, but now me say me at least. And in sa aka ebuja fo ye na wotwe mu na bibia da din dia Frank.
What menka
meto nka pa Frank yenko
be pa cha nyame adom me hoye ebusua fo so bia hoye na mesoso michia woni abadwofo ne mpedifo yina
na amafo so musa se na uti set na da be na be distributor ma Momo Fia says, because I say, we well customized.
Say, Namia Duma on the 11th of November, I am a birthday.
Oh, what powerful!
And officially, no, 11th November. What your back one now? Also, the crash every
La Frank 11th November ube si for mana ama bibi bekoso.
Radio Top
So I just say, the boys, you bitch, we acting as I drink up kakrebi. And to the Gusai, Metutu no man say, Piaba, Mama Maswati, of course, Mama Maswati, and I a bomb price young coupon de young cop, but chain wouldn't say, you cry young quack, so I say,
Yeah.
You know, Damia Duma. Na 11th see super Saturday and you know ye gusa ye nhihye nti ebe to dwabia no of course so na we a chairman for the occasion you know mama waso ate
last was it Frank the bena was it last Friday and Beam Nation or Stormy Hamburg na me hu say pipa media is streaming masa I say o tem grona foul
Johnny na one motivate him you be some pempen so is what he here and he's one positive person I mean Kumaha if say omo the industry players no so mu na what Johnny mentality ni bia I think say by this time industry need to me afano to my pay fra. And he has been there for everyone. Or you make sure that he'll be there for you. And in Crunch, from Topical Radio, even Precursor Radio crowd, he was helping us, and Radio TopAfric. So step by step, I believe that this is just the beginning of greater things to come. And with Radio TopAfric, Wise Radio, Precursor Düsseldorf, Pipa Media, I believe that with time we will grow as the industry entity. No? So I keep saying, say, you see, we are Sanankasano say. Now we are the nipa na. When the time is right for you to say be also so obey bibi yankopon e fasa akwa no so eden ehiraw so because like I keep saying we've sacrificed a lot for a lot of these media house and we will still continue to sacrifice for until say we say industry no etumi agina na na so no bobich we will not rest. We will make sure say everything is on point. Just that I'm disappointed in some of the event promoters in the for instance, there's an event, gospel event, which is Queen Judith. We share Jonia Mwakomo, I think so will be there. Dr. Amatamaklu. They've been pushing, said these people will come forward. Look, the reason why I've decided not to even talk about Omonwe in said, Bobich, we are a media station, such a big station like Radio TopAfric. Other radio stations also Pipa Media also from Honka Kankakra. Now over yes, such a major event, such a program. Or flyer, there's no media partner. And you expect to say you will come and promote your show for you.
That is quite unfortunate.
It's about time. It's about time we need to let them understand. Say they have to recognize a Jumana Yeyamo. As so much as you're more partners. You can't just stand up and use some few seconds and come and Charlie promote my team for me. No. Once you know that there's a Radio TopAfric, Charlie, at least will fly across. You give them that recognition. Oh, I mean TopAfric 10 on mobile Joe. Now what do you show? Oh, media partners. Not to say, partners and they say, Adiano, Ayakama, but your flyer as if say there's no media house existing in Hamburg. Then you guys, it's like you've not really understood the media we know you pay and it's a media when you pay Promoha, Bobich. Boom. Near to me, Pejadiano. But who ya would answer if you so go to your corner? Yeah, okay, fine. Yes, so Radio Top Africa. Yes, so other platforms. Yeah, but yes, so you come and talk what you your person you can want some. Then we move forward. Then we go away. And I'm about to me.
Frank, you see, I think say you cover.
Okay. But that's it.
Frank, we dem command akwa but muze na o bim nation na o flow. Dr. Ama Tamaklo say man is also fit November. The Frank go dog den be di ka ba ansa na wo de na ba. Dog den here fit November na wo de na ba on the 11th.
Wow.
Say dog there want say open here.
Dog there we show some better action. It is a man you kra na dog you be call dog there no.
Yeah.
Dog there. Yeah there dog be action pa you know. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Dr. Ama Edem Tamaklo e Cologne as German for the can call. How was here? Was it true media and entertainment came to stay in Hamburg? Doctor, so Neniji entertainment on papa. I think say Omuna Bebuana entertainment in Hamburg on the team Akoso. Chumesusu Ababeka and Sane, Chumesi late Kakra. But no, ni venues.
Big Leicester.
Ni normal Dawson. Chumesi Bokodie. Over the week, I mean, no matter koye, Jumamunete saying up and down. How far?
Yeah, you remember ko, Biawako, say, me prepare now, my sanko, Friday.
No, can you say, yesterday on record said, Doctor, I think the doctor before on, Mr. Doctor, Chumes before on the 1st November. Over back to Freiburg. Over back to Freiburg. But I think say so be saba die.
Me saba. Na and there was some bomb atnase.
And never bo atnase no ha ntido. Chuma se be year project over year project ewo Hamburg na nimre aso. Nimre aso. Yes o Ghana o move to another city. To Oko city na obekwa ko finalize nyoma na wasaba back. And oba Echiasem no ye be kan later. Ebusafo aye Radio Top Africa oba eye page ni so a Facebook misrewa Facebook ko search engine no nebo eye Radio Top Africa ne like ne share page no saase ne wo YouTube ye ka say ye wo live e wo YouTube no enso ye Radio Top Africa o do bope no subscribe anytime ye bebia no ye wa chede bebrebe de bremo. And yes, we are not just here for sports. And no be other incentives are ekeka ho a eno so no yedi nya eba bedamo na oso etime hu de ekoso yemra mu amanane nsem matches ahodo a nyame adoma ebetodwa ewo ye premiership and yen sedan che too much ewo amanane yebebe fie sanse ene afisem no edos kakra ye pese rem kakra na me ma tume so se me ma assignment bi I think say what the latest no beba but yes see we my the latest update because and that means next week you you likely you know and I think say because my nyan say final verdict no about bonting you know we my all the latest update e buja for yan share match say nyame adoma and we call the Premiership Crystal Palace ebo Tottenham 9 p.m. European Central Time no Ghana time is 7 p.m. na game no koso na nyame adoma china ochina matches no very interesting and shall say Bundesliga 2 because of Hamburg FC on say your Hamburg kwa away to FC Kaiserslautern this season dear say Hamburg bomba di ba Premier League omuba Bundesliga 1 because umuko away done as almost 5 years it you know all the time no yeah na you mama all the latest update as far as Hamburg SV is concerned omuko away na yebehwe send yebetimi akọ yensama back to the Premiership nyame admachina 1:30 p.m. European Central Time no Chelsea ebo Brentford sa game we say ba ko memo rem Bournemouth ebo Burnley, Arsenal ebo Sheffield United, Wolves ebo Newcastle say mu tobe nyano say na kokwasa last Wednesday Champions League against Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund became by 1 goal to near. Na I really believe so. If you can see mono, be lose bet that particular game because be no that game was that particular game. But that's football for you. Yanko the Premier, the Primera La Liga. Na me run match ni nyina mu. Onza say amanene nsem no enye priority. Ye priority ni say be kofie na efisem no anase nsem yekoso e wo man Ghana no. Ye de ba be dan eye yahwefo ene yetiefo nyame adom a ochina El Clasico baso Barcelona tra eye New Camp omune Real Madrid ene de boso game no time no European Central Time no eye 4:15 European Central Time no eye 4:15 na Ghana time no eye 2:15 El Clasico amafo kase I say El Clasico value no I say above from kakra on the first no sanka Barcelona ba be bo Real Madrid obi nkanchiro obon say na tense no e was free papa but Ghana there I want to believe say on say Germans said that apart from omo league no omo follow other leagues too much omo say ye die no ye die I think say no so kan be na bia un say dem who hype no e wo Germany a lot sa game no so no ye be wremu na ye de e ho sunsuanso nya no ababe damo mami fancy ye wremu too much mami fancy na menko abedwafo na ye nkohwe Frank nyame aduma ochina before ye be call ochina El Clasico games no game I be told I mean game I pass ye hwe Barcelona and Real Madrid ebo but Champions League so Man United I mean you see the stone that was rejected became the cornerstone. Unana amanfo tom mane no save United on the day. Emma United eventually etimi win by a goal to nil. Now the surprising scorer anyo bia say Harry Maguire amanfo etubo no. Utimi United Frank Ubeka say yemma Onana time. Once the last week meka bibi say na Ten Hag say wa wonim the history of that Mbogo no goalkeeper bia wa bia no or struggle beginning of struggle from Schumacher and ye de omu nyina struggle it is a nay say ya dia Onana so air struggle for say any news Frank meaning Manchester United a score line say United fan bia nya rehemu say team no ebe yi anase ekoyi
Bobich, I understand where Manchester United supporters were coming from. Even the players and the technical team led by Eric Ten Hag. You're looking at the way I'm not almost celebrating on the day now. Now you should understand. Even though a team like Manchester United shouldn't be jubilating when you beat FC Copenhagen 1-0. You know, in the Champions League. When you talk about the Champions League, you are talking about Manchester United, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, the big boys. But then it has come to this low to the extent to say,
and how long
United, to the extent say and the United share FC Copenhagen na akofasa enijewe but it's because you've not had a good start in the EPL and then also in the Champions League because your two previous games are your boy against Bayern Munich, Galatasaray and you lose games, you know, against even Galatasaray, you fear you lose here. So now the pressure on the team, you know, was high. Onana looking at also so pressure now one also allowing certain goals to be Harry Maguire also so England national team that was only the GD one but your coach you know Eric Ten Hag was only the only GD one yeah get the captain handband they finish same I mean a whole lot of things but for him to score the winning goal and for Onana to also save the last minute penalty. Because to be honest with you, if United has lost that game, Bobich, I don't think that United ever had a chance of qualifying to the next stage of the competition. Because after that, we will go 2 away games. The Galatasaray, FC Copenhagen, now Bayern Munich. So now it was going to be very difficult. So United have lost or drew that game. So I mean, it was a game. Now it wasn't that convincing for me because we should give it critically. That Copenhagen putting a lot of opportunity. I'm going to take more chances, and then also let's give credit to your back four and then Onana because you made certain saves aside the penalty save. I think say Omoya there, but say Uko share a team like Galatasaray, Uko share a team like Bayern Munich. Now you allow them these spaces, they will punish you, and that is exactly what they did to us. So FC Copenhagen for no more that clinical enough to kill Manchester United or Old Trafford. But a good result, and I think so going into the Manchester derby, Namia Duma Sunday, it's a good motivation for the players, for the team, for the technical team, for the fans to go into that game. Don't forget the City Forces so and your convincing start to the season. But hey, when you are playing City, they can punish you at any time. They have certain clinical finishes. So a good morale booster at the team because if we had lost or drew that game, you know the tension and then a normal big team. So for me, I think it's a plus. And let's see how it goes when we go into the big game, Manchester derby against Manchester City.
We are United fan. That particular game, we are United fan. We are limited with expectations. Are you that confident enough, say, a game, likely say United able to lose that particular game? And I say, I mean, being a fan, you just want to be a sympathize, be a opposite, be a supporter, say, Nyaroshimu. Manchester United bet me a point from that particular game.
Oh yes, and you're possible. Say United between even the 3 points because City, so that convincing. Don't forget, say until last weekend. Now Omolusu back to back, and playing against Manchester United, Manchester derby, and derby so there. You say it should become just that. In recent times, Manchester, and so when you are going to meet them, that's why prepare here. When you have good focus, when you have good motivation, they will disgrace you once again. But for me, that game, and see a certain way the atmosphere for the United players. Say, hey, come on, we can do it. Even last minute, we can still fight and get the 3 points. After all, City. A beatable. So a difficult game for Manchester United though. But for me, I think coach in the selection here. Now boys so it will take you more chances because obviously City will score goals. Or say at least 2 or 3 goals because some more clinical finishes. But United, Marcus Rashford, he's not scoring. You're striking UPL on show go bia woman apart from Champions League. Your midfielders and a year normal but Bruno Fernandes or also say if the strikers are not scoring or also but Nancy and said them so they have to go into that game with serious determination and fireworks. Other than that, once again, City ever collapse team, but maybe who is say a double chance for Manchester City. United will be a game your best ever your draw. I wouldn't lie because I'm a Manchester United supporter. I would say so because if you look at the game, FC Copenhagen and Manchester United, boy, Bobby, you agree with me, sir? The Copenhagen for the take on chances are they would have killed the game by 2 or 3 goals. So what the performance will share City, not City, any the day, not Haaland, and then the other guys and also click here. they will obviously score, and you'll be found you'll find wanted. So for me want to say a double chance for Man City, but hey, football is full of uncertainty. Anything can happen. It's a United also at the I wouldn't be surprised say at the end of the day, you know, Manchester United also able to me a winning game, you know.
Frank me that say Frank Jam and ja also we room kakra we United fans sometimes jana me pese me dey me put some of the questions straight to him now. Maybe how obedele with it. Ebusafo yanka mo biem say nyame aduma Monday and the Ballon d'Or awards no so paso amanfo dodo na fo say as a Holland. I mean we share the season under review amanfo fo say as a Holland ono and as a Ballon d'Or no ye de man amanfo so fo say I mean Lionel Messi I mean the white team aye what the Champions League Mrs Champions League sorry what the World Cup na at least amanfo so fo say ti ebehwe Monday and awards ni beba so na we true voting on the journalism and voting you know ebetimi akoba bia amanfo fo say Lionel Messi a bit popular nti wan hwe na akọ edi amano na Mo Salah so a breaking a new record and no ye on the Nra omubo Europa game against Toulouse Obemus second of he came from the bench 5-1 na sa go na Abrantier Mohamed Salah enya na amadisi ano Thierry Henry goals are now was the most European goals Mo Salah about the breaking a particular record no ti we individual award and I say achievement bia and also no Abrantier Mo Salah also ati edi akọ na so ye I think say ono so ne be na baso
European is it Europa or
no, the whole Europe?
The whole Europe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think say ye be na baso e ho na Thierry Henry ene na ekura sa record no yeah say wetimi a share more European goals minim back when for now obefa Champions League matches in the course on say ye tenase Fridays are a summary activities a course so in the course of the week and na ye boani nyina no na ye de abre ye tiefo na match sa and so baso I mean weekend no na so no ye biebie mo te minim ba bia back also obefa
well the Champions League for me as I said it makes the weeks very 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 exciting and for me I will actually go into Arsenal Sevilla game yeah because for me Arsenal winning that game really shows the kind of team they are. Sevilla, the kind of football we all know them when it comes to European football. They step a lot of English teams. You could even remember Sevilla against Manchester United in the Europa League finals last 2 seasons. It wasn't actually easy for United. At the end of the day, United lost to them. And we all know Sevilla, they like or they love playing in the Europa than the Champions League. And when it comes to playing English football, I think the only team they might be afraid is Chelsea. But for Arsenal to actually perform against Sevilla, I think they did a wonderful job in that stadium because they were playing away from home. And the kind of football they played over there, I think Arsenal this season, they will be
Arsenal this season omo threat e Champions League mana.
Well, this is group stages as I said earlier on, and group stages is about how form your team is. If your team is on form, you show it in group stages, but after the group stages, it's all about tactical mentality and also the kind of resilient you can be in the knockout stages. So for now, Arsenal are showing that they are really on form, and they've shown it in the Premier League because they haven't actually beaten in the Premier League. They are still playing unbeaten, even though there are a lot of draws and under their name in the Premier League. Okay. But for me, this form they are carrying shows they can do something. But I can't root them for taking Premier League. For me, I still think the mentality is still not there yet.
But some Arsenal fans so for say I mean, this is their season. The full say they have all the quality to combat all the big guys.
Well, Sabobish, I'm not saying this because I am Chelsea fan or I'm against Arsenal, but you see, last season was their season, and getting to the end of the season, you saw what happened. You saw what happened, and for me, Arsenal, they have the men, and okay, let's say having a Declan Rice in the midfield is something that they have added this season, and they think with Declan Rice they can actually achieve something, and he's showing it. Hey Frank,
Yeah.
So, and I think with Declan Rice is showing that like he's really the man that can send them to that kind of trophies they need, but it's not yet time. And you could see there are certain things they are lacking even during the because you cannot be drawing subsequently, and you think you can take it. Look at against Chelsea. Everyone was rooting Arsenal to actually win against. Yeah, but then look at the statistics of the game. You could understand that Arsenal is still lacking something, and that is going ahead to win an important games for themselves. And I think they are lacking that. That's why I'm not rooting them this season, even though they can still prove me wrong. But I don't think they are still a title club.
Okay.
And going into the Premier League, I think Chelsea, Brentford. You see, every big club is afraid of meeting Brentford in the Brentford Community Stadium. And what makes this game special is about the derby. And derby is not about your form. It's not about what you can. At the end of the day, it's about the resilience and the fight your team put out there. And Brentford, for me, Chelsea playing them in their stadium is always a difficult task for Chelsea. I don't know whether Mauricio Pochettino can change that. We saw it under Tuchel. It wasn't actually easy for Tuchel to get 3 points, or it's not always easy for a London club to come to Brentford's Community Sports Stadium to actually require that or acquire that 3 points. But for me, what's the name? Ivan Toney is back, and it's a threat to Chelsea defense. Even though our defense recently is not doing quite perfect, but you cannot also say it's very bad, because looking at our clean sheet comparing to other clubs, you will see Chelsea is doing perfectly well in the defensive phase. But what makes it interesting is that now we have a 3 pair that are very, very constant in the midfield. That is Caicedo, Enzo, and also Conor Gallagher. In the midfield area, you could see now their pair is working perfectly for Chelsea. That's why you see for the past 4 games Chelsea have played, you see the progress. We expected Arsenal to win in Stamford Bridge, but they were not able to do that because the midfield are very, very functioning. They are very, very doing very well.
Your expectations.
The expectation is simple. We need Champions League football. And that's always what Chelsea actually want. And when you look at Mauricio Pochettino press conference today, he made mention Nkunkum is getting back. He will be back very soon. And we need goals. And he's someone who can actually provide us that goals. And he actually said he can still give Chelsea about 8 to 10 goals. And if we have a player who can give us that goals, I think Chelsea will be able to do that. Because comparing to the subsequent seasons, we never had a player after, what's the name? Hazard left the club. We never had a player who gave us up to 10 goals in the season or 8 goals in the season. But yet, look at the performance. So if Nkunkum is back and he's able to give us that kind of goals, I think it's still achievable. It's just 9 games out of 38 games played, 38 games. So you can understand that there's still chances that Chelsea can still get the Champions League football. And mind you, what's the name? Mikhail Modric. Yeah. You see, he's also now the number 10 role, the number 10 jersey that they've given him is now. He's now getting into the game after last international games, getting a goal for his club, and against Arsenal, look at the goal he scored. A lot of people thought he was actually crossing the ball, but it wasn't so. He was actually scoring the goal.
No, the body language, but it was not intended so.
But have you heard him after?
It's like a mistake converting into a goal.
I don't think it's a mistake. That's what people. You see, you can say whatever you want to say, but when you listen to him, you could actually understand that he was intended to score the goal. Because he said the assistant coach told him about the David Raya on goal post. Sometimes he lose connection, and when you actually get those chances, you will be able to score. He said it.
But you say we share that particular game. We share. Me go back to Doctor. Was it intended so was it individual brilliance and I say mistake being a tifa so na ball go to net team?
Well, that's what I'm also thinking. Say a mistake be in a kotum, but you say obi intentions the ye ni na dream. The Becca say he meted out or bobo on his akoshe. But it is not a common cake into ye bet me who say a mistake be na or ye na ekotum.
Well, that's what I already said. A lot of people thought like it was a mistake. He wasn't intending to score. But when you listen to him, what he said after the game, you actually know that he actually intended to score the goal because he made mention that the assistant coach told him that David Raya on post sometimes he usually lose concentration when you are on those areas, and that was why he actually played the ball. So according to him. So, but this game against Brentford, I think, is going to be absolutely very, very difficult for Chelsea.
Sita say, I'm told MPP has signed Harry Maguire from Man United. But before no, we were game kakramaye on. We are now yako Italy. The latest scandals, the the story now when you know. Now what was about minim Man City, the City derby, the Manchester derby, so Manchester United bought a year. Manchester City. Yeah, Man City. Nyamiad ma Sunday. Yeah, and a classico so but and I think no the Benjamin time.
Okay. It's main train on El Clasico now.
El Clasico ni rare Premiership no Manchester.
Okay, and the ancient Premiership games no. Send our can I'm picking from maybe a Frank and the Osha United any city. In fact, Manchester derby now. A lot of things will come to play. This season, United is not scoring, but Washa for the past 45 games, they be United, but they win, but they don't play well. In German Crawford Basham say, team ni but they are winning. Omuni Sheffield 2-1, allo 2-1. Be Omuni way no more ball, no more share. Wash this week game me. Onana apart from the penalty now or save he scored he did a lot of good saves. Anka Onana na those saves now. Anka the game wouldn't have ended as it ended. And United is not firing. They are not scoring. This season almost forwards. Main strikers in almost forwards. Almost a total of 3 goals. And no cross also we Bruno Fernandes every forwards in my patches almost for a 1 goal per in their league. But also over City side Haaland is not really the Haaland that we are. But even that she goes Awashe, even though I say Onya Haaland from last season, she goes Awashe. And they had a lot of injuries, any suspensions in their team. That's why they about 2 or 3 games they but now they have those players back. Jack Grealish is fit. Ebia Jeremy Doku is doing well, so he will still be on the bench to continue full recovery. But Rodri is back in the team. John Stones is now going to come to the midfield. Sesana last season, no ball as a 3-back, standing in the midfield and falling back when they are in defense. And also, another good side is that Bernardo Silva is back. It's going to be very difficult for United. But don't take one thing out. United, for the past 4 or 5 seasons, they've been getting very good results in the Manchester derby.
Okay.
All the time. They drew 1, they won 1. McTominay share some long range. Last season, Ten Hag say Man City 2-1. Then we win back, lose back. But the previous season, we lose because to them. Even though City is in top form, United have been getting good results against them. I see the trend going that United, but they might not get a bad result this week. Omumboye, Obiabe Koswa Bashi but they might not get a bad result.
But say they might not get a bad result.
It will take like something extra for United to lose this game. Even though Omumboye,
are you basing your emphasis on say previous matches?
Yeah, I'm basing my derby there. It's not about your form. It's not about it. It's derby. And now as a United for the past few years, Oma Behu sa derby nebo. And City as always beginning of the season, and Shana and Koye Mom until Bones and United are found they winning. But then City in the end will win the league or do so well until a Katasa, a Shadows are losing to United.
Okay. Before I hear Radio TopAfric, I'm an Samani Guswa. Mamma and Tibia, the baby, and Yababe share a fisum and some who do Ecoso, Kumasa Santicotoco, and the National Sports Council issues Kakraba over ticketing. A lot of controversies. You be room kakra. Now you share say. I mean, who has the power? Say Obeka say. You use the ticketing. The home team. Kumada Sante Kotoko. But ya Kotoko of all people. And then Saka Kotoko was stadium. We will not be sitting here talking about ticketing any National Sports Council. But sometimes Brabon sanity. So what more Braboni you do be on? Oh, fighting some battles be out. They are irrelevant in here and Kotoko of all people. Etimi a woman so stadium. Can we say in I but with the baby fear now ye remo
and
what's about because sorry mommy
the United derby you see one particular thing about that makes that derby exciting is that you see United are playing counter-attacking football. Hold on, defend, and then counter-attack. And City, for them, they go all out. So I think the reason why they always lose those derby is because of those counter-attacking football. And right now, United, those days you could see they had someone who could, when they break and get a little chance, they are going to score. But right now, those in the forward line, we are still trying to see what could actually happen to their score. Like Chumesi rightly said, they don't score goals that much. They are up front. But this derby, if they are not able to capitalize one or two chances they get, they are going to lose that derby.
Okay. Minim you fear but this is here. Chumesi yanko Italy. On say yamao assignment be. I mean, what is the latest so far? The scandal, the betting ya who do I could remember last week? Which is our story, Nasi?
Okay, so the latest story is Sana, you know these footballers they have very good lawyers.
Yeah.
Inti Sandro Tonelli, and also on any lawyer Kodia to say he's addicted to betting. He has been betting and he's ready to undergo a rehab. Inti also the same thing I did Nicolo Fagioli no ya the same thing inti ono but because ono no introduce Fagioli inti ono yamano 10 months banned from football. Okay. And yamano extra 8 months that one you'll be allowed to play football but that 8 months no obey community service now I hear we rehab obeko clinics any addiction centers no more money into no money kasani exercises no so that he'll be able to come out of betting. This is idea he planned with his legal team and to them you know it's a win for them.
Okay.
Now the last player Amani Diana Ama the whole story I hear gidi Miami player Nicolo Zaniolo.
Okay.
Oh no sana midi kai no Obeka said no ball online game and then it was registered with this illegal betting site into another onye betting but Esposito Antonio Esposito ni uncle the newspaper the mole we Mauricio Petra ono and na sesi amako find out say Nicolo Zaniolo betting no na oma Esposito ni twa betting man into ono so be twa bet no this kanama obi Esposito so on find the phone in tra. That I sent in his name. And ni uncle Esposito uncle or newspaper no. On who Esposito phone na won sign man also. Inti the reason why Nicolo Zaniolo need very the timber out here say na nka omo ya agya to mu say on twa bet until case number out say o twa will be phone so through illegal sites. No, but the other case na West class say, Oma finding on the phone other players are Omuni Nicolo Zaniolo cha Esposito Nunimum as Oma a group B and on na make say Emmanuel we woman JC woman. And another thing I must say Ukraine says Zaniolo Tama no Roma Galatasaray no cha matches are on Ranka Sankasa or Bobby. Omucha better match on Ranka say Bobby. Sama no case na koye very big case. Only they need to take some time to and verdict about, but me sure say only sanction be bigger than the other two players they are about, and it will also lead to other players now. Last week, Bobo Mudiel, Sharari, Eric Lamela, Gatti, Emmanuel JC, and all the then more name. Mauricio Abet threatening say he has further names or the paper out.
Quite sad. Quite sad.
Newcastle for some take illegal action at AC Milan because what said this is in Mukotono. This transfer summer Yano Mukotono £65 million every AC Milan. This issue no and who started by out when he was still playing in AC Milan. It's Newcastle for say Munim say play away he's under investigation. This animal way. I same way for no one. I'm going to beton my. It is a case be about not just a loss. And see that is the legal action and Newcastle for Babe take against AC Milan.
But minimum say El Clasico beka bibika krafa ona.
You see El Clasico recently since Xavi took over from took over the Barcelona, I think it has been a win for him against Miami coach Ancelotti. Ancelotti, I think he hasn't gotten the tactics of Xavi because all the games that they have played, I think the only one Ancelotti won was the important one, the cup one. I think then took the cup. But then one thing that you should understand is the El Clasico is not more El Clasico like we used to know because first, maybe Ronaldo was there, Messi was there, then and right now, which player are you going to mention? Barcelona is full of young talented players who are not known to anyone except Barcelona fans. And the only player that we can talk about Real Madrid is only Bellingham, who came on board and he's actually doing quite very well. But mind you, El Clasico is still El Clasico and it's going to be very, very tough game for sure because I think a coach like Ancelotti will not wait or will not want to lose such game again against Xavi. And it's going to be quite interesting because the goalkeeper who was actually very, very fantastic. What's the name? Courtois is going to be absent, and we all know what Kepa can do at a brighter day. And if it's not his day, we all know what he can do. And long range shots sometimes is very difficult for Kepa. For me, if they are going to be fallen, I think it's the goalkeeping area and the defense area because Real Madrid recently, their defense, they've been getting a lot of injuries in the defensive phase. And for me, I think it's going to be a win for Barcelona. Even though I'm not a fan of Barcelona, but I just feel like this time, Real Madrid against Barcelona is being quite very interesting.
Okay, Gushafo, Dr. Bako, and Yatin and Kano. Frank, minimum, quantum because of schedules. Minimum El Clasico, can we craft found now you are now ya Buffy?
I think, sir, rightly said by panelists, El Clasico, you name say El Clasico, because by this time, but because now there's no Ronaldo, there's no Messi, and the talking points, is very low. Also, the two teams are blessed by Brian or Beckham. Yes, there is Vinicius Junior. There is. I
think we lost Frank for me with the internet.
Where is he?
I think we lost Frank.
We lost Frank.
Oh, you lose Frank. Ewo ahomane so hwe no say ye nsabeka Frank biom. Na but chuma before be say Frank on minim El Clasico. Who is winning? Barcelona, Real Madrid. Now they kind of volume up performance.
Yeah. This season, a lot has been taken away from the El Clasico. There's a big scandal in Spain. Says here, Clasico no, the patronage of the Clasico cry. Asan perform more. Now, Mamimo, a little background, then you understand why I'm saying this. Okay, over the years, Clasico, you bet I say apart from maybe a Champions League final, is the biggest football club match that you know. It's apart from the stars now, Frank Aka, Ronaldo, Messi. Let's go back to Ronaldinho, Figo, all these players, the Galactico, Nissan. Now, about 2 weeks ago, Barcelona, there was this news started back out. Say Barcelona have been paying bribe of let me not use bribe now. Has been paying amount of money 7.3 million euros to the vice president of referees appointment committee in Spain.
Wow. Yeah.
Now, Luis Maria Negreira, Enrique Negreira, from 1994 to 2022. Now he was the vice president of Spanish referees association and our referees appointment committee. And then they realized that Barca 4 has been paying money to him, which has amounted to 7.3 million. Almost here, this kind of year, then Barca 4 say, as a consultant to show them football rules, how to deal with referees, so that he gives their coaches reports on how to deal with referees during games, before games, and all that. Your friend Barca coaches too, Pep Guardiola, any Tito Villanova, almost say they are not aware of any reports like that. Now, Spanish FA, Spanish High Court, almost the military police, UVD, Spanish FA, referee's office, and UVD Barca office to find out contracts and all that and monies that Barca have paid to this referee. They found out that Barca I'm a referee, but there was no contract. Say a verbal agreement, and now court has changed the issue as a corruption issue to a bribery issue.
Okay.
So that is the current situation now. Now, Barca 4 say Florentino Perez, Real Madrid president, before every Clasico, there is a presidential dining. President of Spain or Barca president Spain, no more invite other presidents, no more Didi, no more Resi fans. Before every Clasico, no more inviting penny for all over the world to come and watch. This is something that always adds a lot of media caption and buzz to El Clasico. This year, Barca ultras Omar threatened Florentino Perez says so presidential dining na ade FB anytime. So Wafre just Endra said this he for the safety of his life he's not coming for that presidential dining. So all these things are adding up to bars ni media caption ni the excitement around the El Clasico, all these things are taking it far away. Coming into players are currently they don't have top stars, and the injury list of Barcelona. Robert Lewandowski is injured, Pedri is injured, Joao Felix Okopre during the Champions League, Gavi injured. Barca has about 6 of their starting 11 injured. Endra and this defender, he started French defender. Jules Koundé. It's only yesterday that he joined the training, and then also Lewandowski started training only yesterday. There is no confirmation that he will play or not. All these things is taking a lot of buzz from the El Clasico like this week. And then also Jude Bellingham, he's doing well, but he's not a top star as at yet. Vinicius Junior is doing well, not a top star as at yet. I
think he's also coming back from injury.
Yeah. So all these things will go into the El Clasico and will take some buzz out of it. And it's Barcelona won, but you could see that for the past 3 games on my bond, academy players, and a bebo game, no, then they get a winning goal for Barcelona. Sometimes last minute goal. It's good that they are winning, but they don't have the full capacity of their team. The full strength of their team is not available, and Real Madrid is also not playing so well. They've been getting some scrappy wins this season against Union Berlin. Last minute goal against Napoli. Last minute goal against Braga. This we see how they struggle to win. Their games no move on here. They are struggling to win. Just like United, they are not playing too well, but they are winning, and they are always conceding. They are always conceding, which means Real Madrid is very, very likely to concede. But would they always depend on Jude Bellingham, who is not an out-and-out striker? They are playing in the 4-4-2 diamond, and they are playing free role for Jude Bellingham. Would they be able to continue counting on a midfielder as young as 21 years to keep rescuing them at the last age? Now could be anything, which is so amazing. But would they be able to continue to rely on him? Barcelona is going to score, but how many goals Real Madrid outscored? That is where the thing. That is what will decide the game this week.
So Ancelotti or Xavi?
I think Real Madrid will win this time. Barca has a lot of injuries. They can't keep depending on this small boy, Yami Yawao, and all these young boys. For the past 3 games, they always bring academy boys, 16 years, 15 years, boys to come and play and to rescue them at the last minute stage.
I'm sorry for Enchebiano. You interview kakra. You interview now. You best aba. Nyami aduma. Big party be Baso Hamburg. Our organizers no aba hase. Organizers no aba hase. Intino. Omubaba inside na ya share the Akada EV Xmas party. Baso dintin. Ye Hamburg. Yes, organizers no I say. So if the organizers can kindly come in, and then probably we start from there. Na switch ye be potokakra. Ye be potokakra. Na organizers no abase itino. Na ya share what is it about? Day and na baso. When you some of these things that we've been talking about, say Hamburg, it looks as if say we don't promote our own. Hamburg, we don't actually promote our own when it comes to events. So this is a special event which is coming on. The organizers they're already seated. So in a few seconds they will introduce themselves, and then we will start from there. Gentlemen, you are welcome to Radio TopAfric.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Johnny, I think okay. I think the comments are okay.
Video.
Yeah, the comments are okay. So, Mr. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. And
okay,
you?
So you are going to introduce yourself for the sake of our viewers. You introduce yourself, and then probably your role, and then we will proceed from there. I think we are still trying our best to. Some videos are going on in the studios. Yeah, let me on the microphones. Then we will start from there. So, sir, your name and your position.
Okay, I'm called Kenneth Asang. I am the president of Akada FAO. Akada stands for Anglophone Cameroon Cultural and Development Association.
Okay. And say your name and your position.
I'm Michael Jan Tyson. I'm the social secretary of the association, Akada, as he just mentioned. Thank you.
So let me start from you. When we say Akada, did I get the name right?
That's correct. Yes.
What is it about? What is Akada?
So Akada is a non-governmental organization. It's an association that started back in 1999. There were a group of students who were, at the time, had very little, struggling, but they had the interests of Africa at heart. Okay. They had the interest of people back home. They had the interest of the life we live in Hamburg at heart. So they started Akada from that group. And basically what Akada has over the years has been doing is being able to fund developmental projects back in Cameroon, be able to improve cultural activities back in Hamburg and Germany, so that when we work so hard, we should be able to have opportunities that we come together, not just as Cameroonians, like it sounds, but also as Africans, to be able to enjoy ourselves, celebrate our culture, and be able to promote our culture.
So is it basically about Cameroonians, or anyone from any of these African countries can just be part of it?
Yes, at the initial concept, it was Akada was an organization that was like entry. You have to be Cameroonian to become part of it. Okay. But right now we are looking to expand. Okay. So basically what we are trying to do, especially with the projects that we are carrying back home, is looking to not just help Cameroonians back home with developmental projects. We are looking to step into our neighboring countries like Ghana, like Nigeria, and see how we can be able to help the less privileged.
Okay. So, sir, let me find out from you. Have you been able to come out with any project? I mean, as he rightly said, it's about you are sort of trying to come out with developmental projects. So far, do you have on your list any sort of project back home in Cameroon?
Yeah, we've got quite a number of projects back home. So initially we started by supporting local community schools, like with projects like building solar panel, to provide electricity, coming out with disposable toilets and waste disposal systems in schools. But now the project we took this year was to support needy children, to provide them with school materials, including their school fee for them to be able to afford education. So this is the project we started, and this year we're now looking forward to now expand it to maybe 100 plus children for next year.
I mean, this involves a lot of money. I mean, what has been your strong bone? Where do you get all these finances? Because it's not really easy to just gather money, send it back home, and then start a sort of a project. Where is the backbone? If you maybe you understand, where do you get your finances, your fund from?
Yeah, I would say we initially we pledge in our communities, because one thing that it's little difficult is the spirit of giving back, but we are taking this as our priority, to always give back to our societies. We are part of this society, we are coming from this society, and we want to see changes. We want to see this society actually grow and grow and grow and become societies that can compete with other societies out there. So we do finance most of this project out of pocket. So we finance most of this project out of pocket, and sometimes we do fundraising, fundraising events like the one we are organizing in December. Then I give the floor to the president. Maybe the president.
Yes, maybe the president can elaborate a lot, because when I was asking this question, he was shaking his head and smiling. So maybe I think you have a lot to share.
Yes, like I said at the beginning, what started Akada was the concern. Sometimes when we look at very big projects, big ideas, they always start small. When you think about it, when you look about it, when you have the concern, the heart to give, then the amount you give doesn't really matter. For example, when we look about, even when we started the project, I was surprised myself when we started executing this project that just with 50 euros, you can be able to sponsor a child, for example, in Cameroon for a whole academic year, pay for their fees, buy them books, and get them uniforms. I was myself surprised. But we started with the initiative. We wanted to start this year and sponsor just 10 kids, but we ended up sponsoring 16 children.
Wow, that's impressive.
And these are children whose either they lost the father, or the mother got separated from the father, and the mother is left with 5 kids. The mother doesn't have a job. It means the means of getting this education is not possible. But these are brilliant children who want to learn, and we know the backbone of every society is education. Okay. That's why when you look at that and you look at the impact it causes, giving is something, the amount is not an issue. So basically all of our projects that we've been doing so far, for the other bigger projects like the solar energy, we apply for funds from different bigger organizations. But for this project, because it's so close to our heart, education is really close to our heart, these are projects that we have self-funded.
And what are some of the challenges? Because some of these things, it comes with big challenges. What are some of the challenges you've gone through?
I would say one of the challenges that we had so far was to be able to get the children because it's of no use when we get children that already can be sponsored, when the parents can sponsor them. The proof of need. very important. So one of the challenges was to be able to get access to these kits, and that's why we partnered with an organization back home in Cameroon, Ashfon, and this organization has been a major pool, a major success, because through this organization we'll be able to have access to these kits. And from the experience we had with the organizations, they talked about people who live in hard-to-reach communities, like older people who don't have jobs. Some of them don't even have food to eat. You know, food in Germany is like, I mean, even if you're broke in Germany, you have food to eat.
Of course.
But in some of these villages, some of these people don't even have their old and poor, and they don't even have food to eat. So when you see some of these touching stories, you are moved. And one of the association basically really helped us to be able to get really access to the kids that really need this help.
I think I will put I will throw most of the questions to the president. And then probably maybe I will switch. But in case you have anything to chip in, you can also come in. What do you sort of? What are you aiming to achieve in the next maybe 5 years, 6 years, as far as this organization is concerned?
Our goal is, like I talk about the education program, our goal is we were able to sponsor 16 kids this year. Our goal is by next year to scale it up.
Okay.
Yeah. To double that number. Our goal is actually 100 kids. We know it's a lot, but that's the goal. Okay. And that is why it's very important that when we look at ourselves as Africa, we started with Cameroon, but we are not ending with Cameroon. The goal is scaling out of Cameroon, because we know that most often in Africa we have similar stories. Yeah. And what we've seen in those communities, in those hard to reach and communities with a lot of challenges, we believe that there are similar challenges in different countries. And that is why one of the reasons we are saying that this Christmas party, this event is not just for Cameroonians, it's an event for Africans. So we'll be happy to see everybody.
Talking about this party, if you can throw more light on that, when is the date? Just let us know the date, the venue, and in case maybe because we have a lot of fans who are also watching. In case anybody wants to partake in, this Xmas party, I wish I'll be around. Your president have spoken very well. Tell me about this party. How is it going to be? Where is the venue, and then other stuff?
Okay, to break down the party, actually we call the party Classic Generation, because it's a party that we came up with a completely different concept as regarding parties and events, because the usual event, the usual party would be you go to a party regardless of the environment, you party, you go back home. And most of the events, sometimes you go, you have a lot of talking, and you have less of people socializing among themselves and really having fun aspect, what they really pledge for. So the concept we brought this year is that people really work so hard in Germany. We all know that people work so hard, and aside from all the projects that we put together, the events that we organize, like football events to also bring African communities. We had a football event at the Stadtpark with different African communities. The Guinea was there, Nigeria was there, other African countries were there as well. So we just want to grace all of this with an end of year party. And this end of year party, we want people to come out strong, to come out classy, to really enjoy themselves and socialize themselves, meet other African people, get to talk about, other African stuff, This, we are putting the party on the 9th of December. It's on the 9th of December, starting from 17 o'clock. Okay. So we want people to actually come a little bit early so that we can start the party. And the goal is that we have less of talking and more of socializing, and people enjoying themselves, feeling like they really, really, really party.
The venue,
the venue, I will come to the venue. The venue is at Bambeka Mark Sase 41, just directly under Den Heide train station.
President, is there anything you want to chip in? Maybe I've not asked, and then probably you want to chip in. Is there anything?
No, I think partying, relaxing, enjoying ourselves is very important. Like the social secretary said, we work so hard. It's an opportunity for us to come together, get to know each other, enjoy ourselves. So we'll be looking forward to seeing everybody, the whole community come on, let's have a good time, get to know each other, and keep on making life more interesting for us all in Hamburg and in Germany.
Is this just going to be just one day party? I mean, just December, and then that's it. Then everything is dead.
Like the saying goes, to every journey there is a beginning.
Okay.
So, like I said, Akada is an organization that's been existing for over 20 years. We're coming with new concepts. We are starting, and of course, it's not the end. Next year, we're going to go bigger.
So your final words, and then probably we will sum up here.
Okay, so what I would say is the party, like I said, it's going to be the light of the city. So we call on all Africans to show up, to come and socialize with others, to really enjoy themselves. We call on all African communities to come out there to support the needy children, as we already discussed at the start of the meeting. So I would say we call on all African society to come out classy and come out and enjoy themselves. That's what I'm saying.
So before we go, I mean, in case somebody wants a ticket, how does the person come into contact with you?
The flyers that are sent into the station.
Yeah, I think if Johnny can project the flyer for our viewers to have a look at, we'll be very grateful if Johnny. So just I think Johnny is working on. Yeah, that is the flyer. So
exactly. Please call the numbers on the flyers, and you have a direct access to the tickets. Numbers on the flyers, and you have direct access to the tickets.
Wow, it's been pleasure speaking with you guys. I think when is the date? The date is on the.
It's on the 9th of December.
December 9th.
Yeah, the venue, and the full address is on the flyer. It's on the flyer, like Johnny just projected.
And in case you want any further information, you can also come to Radio TopAfric. We'll give you all the necessary updates so that you can also partake in this classy. They call it classy. I mean, any dress code. Because if you say classy, how would you put it? Any sort of dress code? Should the person be in suit, tie, or I mean?
What's the dress code?
What is the dress code?
Please come looking good, come feeling good. Well, the goal is you come when you say you want to enjoy yourself. You're in a suit and the ladies are in a party gown. Come looking good, feeling good, and enjoy yourself. Let's end the year in a classy style.
In a classy style.
That's right.
Well, gentlemen, thanks very much for passing through. I think we will still try and be projecting before the actual dates to get a lot of people to come on board. It's been a pleasure speaking with you guys.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. A great thanks to TopAfric for this opportunity. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
I was for Radio TopAfric Potoka Kakra the Akada occasion and no password. Almost just the dress code and just be classy. Just just look good. Look good. Na waba beju ani isan say oba bruchira amanfo ye adwuma amanfo obi kura 3 jobs okwa no pa na waba beda kakra 2 hours no wasa sorry no wasa akobiem no wasa ba beda kakra no wasa akobiem and your friend is skirt and blouse obe krom yase ya your friend is skirt and blouse enti da amanfo bo adwuma e wa say na no na akada fo say pese obe ye adwuma na at the end of the day, na ono se sumo o de bra na be enjoy na bibia intimi enkoso e wo so ya be fie na ya ba be hwe afisem nyame adoma Ghana Premier League matches no baso Ghana Premier League matches no baso den na one game ye be rum kakra ye nra game no mu ye be hwe some of the development surrounding that particular game no nyina etina Kumasi Asante Kotoko omune National Sports Council Professor Chumesi ne mpamfo I think say nra enyantie say meet me koso na ne nyina say Kotoko for say omu pese omu twa ticket e wo gate sa yi ticket no sebe se wonya advance na se o apply the e-ticket na one hia no feel ti kotokofo kiremu a sika ankomo pe matches ahodom boy sika anka kotokofo so gomo pe no o manye se sika no at the end of the day omu se sika no chese support is our park ne so no aye more than sika na kotokonya no na kotokofo kiremu dabi sa e-ticket no eye failure system no yes sometimes na ajame enkoye ti kumase sante kotokofo say National Sports Council boss Professor Chumesi woni team the one sa concept ni bae say ye use the e-ticketing na ye ntwa ticket online de keka wono omu se da bi kotoko tie omu ntiase e ma ne nkoso meeting no anse da nwie peye na kwese ye busa ne say so kumase sante koto game omu ni Bechem United bebo nyame adma on Sunday kwese da ebe yi no game no ebeba so ewo baba era sports de man na se wan hwa na empenifo antiasie isanza kotokofo se o metwa ticket na the most interesting part of this development and say GFA a printed ticket at the break kotokofo that should tell you say the GFA are in support of Kumaza Sante Kotoko omu agenda say we metwa ticket ewo entrance among for so full say I say kotokofo person we dey run show munsem at the end of the day kotoko dey see and I say you running team no the free bench here otumfo say tutu abibi otosumie no see and was team no obe running the free bench here it is only Kumasa Sante Kotoko enya kasakasa na indirectly no you are fighting against Menchia tiamon for sase ready meaning say Professor Chumesi do you have the wings, the bones to fight against Menchia na? A man for N7 no. Chumesi?
Yeah.
Kotoko hun sensam e-ticketing. Minim. I fanade before Kumasa Sante Kotoko.
Okay. Medase. This week I've been following that issue keenly. I mean, it started from the Kotoko for ye wa brankese. Omko tutu seeds new way ko say nyamko vandalism which I frown upon massively.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later Yebeti Kotoko say if they are not able to come to a conclusion with NSA they are going to play their game in Abrankese, which was very, very funny. And then they see those who don't really understand what is happening. Kotoko to me, I feel say assembly anywho. The where the assembly no baby assembly fin root cause there was say no mu twase. Mo also mu titi hu. Kotoko say ego consult for now, they are supposed to be in charge of e-ticketing no. Things are not going right. Omutimi bobo, ombeshe stadium, omutimi de omeni e kan nipa be 10,000. But bobo na wie no, ego for ne say nkofo a bar stadium AF ebia 4,000 and 2,000. Enti they don't understand. Ebi wo also abakwa kwhwe ebi wa at the gate no. Omu be hu say nkofo wo ho omu say omu ticket online, they have the digital ticket but they are not able to scan for them to enter. Enti omu say no musika na fa baby. So nkofo don't see where the monies are going. Enti ego for and NSA should agree for them to print hard copy tickets and sell it alongside the e-ticket. Professor Chumesi NSA Miami Nipa. I really also want to be called Professor Chumesi one day. Monsieur this I'm in other.
What's your this soon other? But how can I say so careful?
Me say. Oh sorry, I also with Tikwapai. You will not agree. Together with Egophone, you will not agree for Kotoko to print the hard copy ticket and sell alongside the digital one. So, where is the issue? Egophone is supposed to promise and make sure that they deliver. Now, Oma be making promises. But when they had a meeting 2 days ago in Accra, say they'll increase internet connections at the entrance so that they'll be able to check digital way. You know. They'll increase the lighting now, scanning. They'll improve that mechanism, lighting mechanism. and they also make sure that these yato tickets, they'll read. These are promises. But why don't you allow them for this particular game to also have the hard copy? Because they'll let their person be with the digital team, and most you let your person be with us selling the hard copy, so that we will check each other. But in the end, Senkofo to me confirm, he said there's progress in the digital now. Then we move to digital full time. Most company. Why don't you hold Ego Phone accountable? For the past 3 years, they've been failing because the ownership of Ego are part of NPP leadership.
Are you not trying to be a bit political?
I don't like to be political, but that's the truth. They were promised this contract when they invested in NPP campaign. And I called the right source to tell them that, hey, you are failing us. If you fail us, we'll give the contract to another digital way. Your friend is saying mechanism to enter into occasions. There are a lot of companies who do these things. I've been organizing renewable energy fair conference center. Over 100,000 people. We use digital way. Other events, UFO events, I did digital entry. Yeah, there are a lot of companies because you don't have the right way to approach them and threaten them that one year will get, because it's a service that you are giving us. So if you are failing, why can't you go for other people? But you can't. NSA4, you don't have any locus. Because you are benefiting from Kotoko playing there. Yes, a stadium ne better house. Kotoko for to muni stadium, to muni locus. And I mumi no show mu, excuse me to say mu boss, when you are not supposed to do that. You have to hold the right people accountable.
Minim baku mra forma baku analysis Kotoko case.
The two of them should be on the same page and face the right person who is failing us. So what catch them is, because first of all, and yes, I'll be who if you're first of all, you approach first. Who now be high down, and if you're say yes, say Chiana digitally, Usi chinchina, because who if you're other a dime be or other places, a honomojis cano manually say Tamale Omucha mani, a super mucha manali, Sunyani Coronation Park, Omucha ticket manually. So if you want to do manual, if you're right, he has his right to take the money how he wants. And they say so. Stadium, no, it can be a white elephant if Kotoko is not playing there. All the money you are making every 2 weeks for Kotoko playing home, you will not get. And how many times has Black Stars play in Ghana? So the stadium will be deteriorating at a faster rate if it's not being used. Into also you need Kotoko to play there. Into both of you, you are supposed to rather be on the same page. And tackle Nipa now, he's supposed to give a service every week or 25%, but he's failing.
What did you and I hear to my organizing project? I mean, say, to this ego, said, then, who to move for? How would you advise them?
Oh, just your advice. Oh, you have signed a contract that this is the service you are going to provide. So if you are failing, automatically, your contract, you are flouting the terms of the contract until we will replace you. But ask yourself, why is it that they are not able to tell them that we'll replace you?
A question.
Why? Because we all know the ownership of these ego people. We know who it belongs to.
Hey, my dear.
Makewi, Meka and want it.
Minim say what follows our story now. Who follow the
See, whether I follow the story or I don't follow the story, I have something to say. You see, I like the part you may see actually mention about being political, but this thing is not about politics. You see, Africa, I always say the whole Africa, not only Ghana, we copy Europeans, but we never copyright. You see, when you are, it's just like someone copying exams room. You copy, then you copy someone. The one you are copying, you even copy his name on your this. This is just the same thing.
Almost say a copy or copy exams or copy tintin or copy. See, also a copy na kwane paper nasa. And not sure PTO. Say PTO. Please stand over. I can't copy no middle.
So what I'm trying to say is, for Ghana, the way we copy with Nyansa because of corruption. You see, this is simple. It's been happening everywhere in the world. When you have soft copy during the game, you have hard copy, or before the game, you have hard copy in the stadium.
Yeah. If I can confirm this, even Freiburg, Marco Stadium, 3 times.
You can buy
digital.
People who wants to buy soft copy, they buy soft copy with their card. People who want to buy hard copy, they go to the stadium, they go vendors and buy hard copy. So I don't know why will there be a problem if they want to have hard copy during the game in the stadium or before the game in the stadium. I don't see any problem with that. But you see, in everything we do in Ghana, we don't want accountability. That's our problem, accountability. Because the people have seen that, the stadium will be full or the stadium will be in a certain capacity. At the end of the day, the amount that comes in doesn't show or doesn't actually give indication of what is happening in the stadium. Now, you don't want them to have the hard copy. It doesn't make sense. There's no logic in this. You see, the contract. You see, we sign contracts that are not actually. Whether we don't think or this is something that you can actually divide to so many companies. It's something that you can divide to so many companies. Look, Premier League games are there. International, like Ghana Black Stars, the local Black Stars, and other like the Black Queens and everything. Their games are there. So why don't you give those contracts to? Okay, this one is for what do you call it? The Nations Games. This one is for Premier League. Then you divide it into so many companies. When other company is failing, someone can take over. Why don't we do it like that? Or aside from even the soft copy, we still have hard copies. Why don't we do it like that?
You didn't hear what I said. Why are they not able to hold that company accountable?
I'm just saying, maybe, like you said, maybe politically, the government doesn't. He already given the contract out. So if they are failing, I think they will say maybe at a certain point, maybe government things. The
3
process,
years.
Let me just, process of government, everything is very long. We are not in Europe. Sometimes they will tell you that, we are going to do this certain thing, and it will take them even 10 years to even accomplish it.
But let me come in. Okay.
So why don't we allow them to have the hard copy?
Maybe we be remove. But maybe question is on. Kumasi Santi Kotoko, yeti Kotoko ta a year bay. House of Oak.
Kotoko 1935.
1935. House of Oak the oldest club.
1911.
Yeah, 1911. Here, it is a Kumasi Santi Kotoko. Etimi Esibia 20,000 for a sample 40,000 capacity stadium. I don't think sir and Nenka will be sitting here fighting about ego who is doing the best job, who's not doing so. I don't think Zan Gebetna say.
Minya. I mean, no, and 2 wrongs also don't make a right, dear. Meaning, sir, but if I can mention big clubs in the world, in big footballing nations who don't have their own stadium, who are using government stadium. AC Milan, 1980 BB. 1886. Inter Milan, 1905. And you know, Roma, Lazio. Omu used to buy Stadio Olimpico or buying there. We stadium back one 2 names. Giuseppe Meazza and San Siro. The same stadium, I buy stadium by AC Milan for say the buy a ball matcher, Moon to need San Siro. Say Inter for the buy a ball matcher, Moon to need Giuseppe Meazza. But I are buying there. Juventus, they were using a stadium for government called the API until 2012. Ya no mo say abai Moon Ton Stadium ne mai. Yenyeska, and no mo to stadium for abai, one no mo bubu ni si ni foforo. Together with a sponsorship from Alliance, and no mo to needing the J Stadium Alliance Arena. And you know, other countries, they are big
Yes, matches.
Ain't fine, me just say Dr. Kwame Abrankasi we see on one idea.
Yes.
Like it's really laudable, but also it is not something out of the blue. Say Kotoko a failure to the extent say they don't have a stadium. So because Kotoko any training pitch, Adako Dachi say now I'll support you. But Kotoko ni stadium, they can do it, but it's not something that is out of the world.
Are you saying justify it because of the lives of?
That's why I said 2 wrongs don't make a right. I'm not justifying.
But they may make from a position. Maybe for some Kumasa Santokotoko. No, over the advanced weather. Share. How many times no say? I mean, San Siro, AC Milan, Inter Milan, when you issues over. I mean, ticketing. How many times? Yeah, we don't even hear them.
Yeah, because the person doing the service is doing his job.
I don't make sense. So, person on tower.
And they have hard copies.
I don't make sense. Person on tower. Here, Europe. Any person, and they sit down with Europe. And also mo to down. On say something a part of them. Europeans no for say skabi ebenya bia no de yeni enum na ye higher binding. See who are here. The Africans I didn't the bia no yen the bia ye sika ade ba ko be trim dodo na se no bia kra na ade ba ko be trim say efi a wo kono koto plot na si bi so
because our buying making those things available for us.
I don't make sure say yeah system no yeah system no be a free buy no yeah see ade na ba be ye dia. Okay. It may compete the copy the Europeans say because Bayern Munich use Allianz Arena abind dia any the kick out no normal the Kotokoni stadium normal yeah no different who back from here abrofo saying na omangasa eso mudan.
I mean, fine, Kotoko, first of all, we don't have, what am I saying? They don't have, okay, Ghanaian clubs, we don't have the financial power to say that it's a stadium. But Kotoko, training pitch for only.
Kotoko, they know, and you say, Kotoko,
not with their own, to never be say, at this modern, me family, music, and ya de bakupu. It's auto to me, fafun non frère comment MTN say musi training pitch ma kotoko na fa music and so MTN for beka say debi company so mo kuma say frère 10 no aka say mumpom na musi stadium ma kotoko na mumfa mudin to so for 50 years mo beka say debi omutimi ka say debi. The leadership and the direction is not there. That is another topic that maybe we can go into another time. But as of now, there's somebody who has signed a contract to render a service who is not doing his job well, and somebody is failing to let him be accountable for the contract he has signed. That is the issue.
Yanshe, Nami had my Sunday, Yanshe, because report everybody tema and no meeting, no. They were not able to, I mean, sort of come, so arrive at a conclusive sort of.
Because they are afraid of accountability. That's the thing, because I don't see the reason why they shouldn't have hard copy. I don't see the reason, because look, there are a lot of people who don't even want to use their bank card in systems like Ghana.
True. It's true.
Of course. So those people, if they want to watch the match, so is it by force that they should still go and buy it online?
But are we there? Say I say apply this online.
That's what I'm saying.
Are we there yet? Ghana, you drew.
See, look, we need to be digital. That one is a fact. Every nation is going digital. It's by all means, but it's not everyone that can integrate into digital at the same time.
Right.
A lot of people it will take time before they will be able to adapt such a mechanism. But then one thing that you should be in mind, that when you are going to digital, remember that you still have people who are undigital. They can still not cope with that. So you need to provide you need to have a provision for such kind of group. That is where we are failing. That because the moment they sign the contract, they should have made a copy, a room for hard copy of those tickets. Because there are a lot of people in Kumasi who have not even sat in class 1, but they still love the game. So are you telling me that they still need to force themselves to go in and buy digital tickets?
Now this is
it doesn't make sense.
This is the issue.
It doesn't make sense.
Everybody buys, once I take it out for Eagle Phone, they're supposed to get 5% of the great proceeds.
Yeah.
If say Nipa 10 neighbor stadium, now say emu 5 eto digital, na emu 5 to hard copy. But say emu 5% no benya ne swati. That is why they don't want to agree. But they are failing to see that in the end, it will even come to their own good, because of one crap and say muma muni pambeka and for accountability, so that we know that these people bought hard copy and you so eligible for 5%. And Ubusa say, have we gotten there yet? it's yes and no, but in everything there's a pilot project. Oh, your project, there's a pilot phase where you try the thing. You can't just say that you're trying the thing, so bam, you're trying it 100%.
It has been a system for the
For
past
3 years,
yeah.
but for 3 years, you can't hit and not cut for Lucy because Nipa 2000, a good stadium, they weren't accounted for. And a Nipa 100, but can't get it here, almost say Omato ticket, but they were not allowed to enter because a certain scanning device couldn't scan the ticket on their phone.
So those monies, where did they go?
It still went to the Eco people, and because they weren't accounted for, Eco for no fair.
Okay. And Manu, maybe Chumesi didn't actually put it to a layman understanding what he just said. See, look, one thing that you need to understand, those buying the ticket, when you buy the ticket, like for instance, when you buy the ticket, now you come to the gate and your ticket is not able to validate. Yeah. It means that Kotoko will not get the
confirmation account
95% of the money.
Yeah.
Because it's not confirmed over there. It means that it goes back to the company.
But even Kotoko don't even get 95.
That's what I'm saying. They don't get the 95% of the persons
the
because
money
it
is
didn't
divided
validate.
between NSA, government,
and
Kotoko, and Ego.
And the problem is...
so
and Bobich, the layman understanding that I'm taking you to here, if you have a business and you are selling something at the end of the day, what profit are you expecting? Do you expect up to, let's say, 20% of the profit of your business, like when you are buying something? Here, you can't get 20% of the profit like everything you sell, right? Mm-hmm. That is where we are. You see, Ghana, instead of them integrating it into the digital, it was good for the company at long run. Not this time. And what I'm seeing from afar, it's like, you see, in Ghana, whatever you do, you expect profit quick. And that's what the company wants to do. And that's where the failing system is coming in. You can't just have a contract like this and you expect to just start recruiting money from there. No, it's a gradual process. Allow those things to happen. Let them print the digital, so the analog ones, and then you still be on digital. Time will come, a lot of people will not even want to go for analog because it's simple. You just be at your home and get the ticket. But you don't need to do it at all costs, that you need to get that profit at all costs. Or maybe they have already calculated the profit they are going to earn at the end of the year. No, they don't do that. You need to start integrating. It's a gradual process, and then at the long run, the company is going to benefit.
I mean, now come says it should be gradual. Yeah. All of a sudden,
no.
Starting. Yeah. Because I'm beginning to even to understand more. Say, most of the stadiums now, Obia use this digital.
Yeah.
It's I don't see why I say, and you know what Kotokone has so. And then I mean who the brain behind it.
So no, will the Ghana football fans majority.
And what?
Say Kotoko boy, and na nkofo we go stadium. Say Kotoko ni wo boy, and na nkofo be ba o match. Say Kotoko ni obi boy. What say e bia nation ni so atema boy nkofo. Sunyani for no mo na be ko ba even Kumasi for hin na be ko nation bo home. Kotoko na all fans no. Nti you see Kotoko ni has match, you be use the get out. Why? Because in Kofone bar, the money, certain part of the money is supposed to go somewhere to Ego for no, that 5%. That is why they will use that.
I was for a battle.
And maybe it's also maybe they are also doing it because that system is good for the government. Because usually you said like some percentage will go to the government. Right?
Oh yeah, NSA actually. The truth part that it's there, and something that we should count as positive is that sa digital way in buy it's able to check once first in Kofoba Stadium omo stadium no nipa 10 remo no ma pocket scan no back and they the cameras ka ko ball secretly omo chi in Kofobia na omo via sky in Kofo 10 remo and nipa 2 sika fa the digital thing is supposed to check this and it will be able to check it. But the thing is, the service provider is failing. That is the only problem. That Ubusa Meka say, NSA ni Kotoko, they are not supposed to fight because say your ball match we are. So wow, they own the breakdown. 5%, okay, you go for and I say no more buy. Certain percentage is going to NSA for stadium maintenance. Certain percentage is going to sports and Ministry of Sports, which is the government. Then certain percentage is going to Kotoko. Before they say you go abekam I 5% free more as they might go for no. These bodies are all benefiting from one Kotoko game. You get it?
Yeah.
So sana wo kan so Kotoko for stadium sa we nya team film. Ni nyina be Kotoko.
So from my understanding, is it that it's only Kotoko games that they are required to do the digital or
Kotoko has.
Kotoko has.
That is why Kotoko for us to say why is Has not supporting this, because the thing is also happening in Accra.
Has and Kaumo.
And come saying also as sika na fini baba ko to mu tie for mo.
You think I think say Ghana and Nigeria World Cup qualifier you see it was successful.
Do you know why? The money was not going to an individual. So no Kotoko for him say omusika, that is why they are fighting for it. But Ghana and Nigeria is going to government.
Okay. And that was the first time as well.
Government. Why the Babe Kwama government? And also a lot of people among Nipa Baku me is kase me thought tickets are 100 people.
Okay.
And I know it's kind of boom back. Then these people will come. Yet your sunlight in moon rim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Nipa 100 moon rim. Scan near nobody will have an issue. But this is Kotoko losing money week in, week out. Seeing 10,000 people at the stadium, but they told them that the digital thing says that 5,000 people came.
But that's what it all counts. Like, why don't they provide maybe most of their back room?
But this is digital. You buy it on your phone.
No, what I mean is. The company is they have a backroom information about the entering and then exiting of the stadium.
Yeah.
So why don't they provide those information to the club? Because if people are buying, it goes to the company know this person so and so bought a ticket. So it means so long as the company knows, the club should also know about those things.
If you buy the ticket, like Hano ticket online now, it's supposed to be verified with the verification scanning way. It's like just like buying tickets for your S-Bahn and whatever.
But that doesn't mean that the club is not aware of the buying of that ticket.
If you are not scanned, you are not verified. We need verified tickets to be counted, to be accounted for.
I'm saying that like here in Europe here, like when you buy it, probably the clubs maybe they have a provision for the back. You know, I forgot the name of that. But
the QR code.
Not the QR code as like the company, for them to be, to know that like this is real or this is like transparency. You need to provide those informations from your company, like the computer information to the clubs. Anyone who buys the ticket, aside from just going to scan it before they will know, the clubs has to know so and so bought the ticket, but he's not able to scan it.
So this information are all not available to Kotoko.
So those information needs to be provided to the clubs.
See, the information they provide Kotoko is
only when they scan.
The people who have been verified, whose tickets have been verified.
It's not fair.
You see, so these are the issues that Kotoko has, and that's why I'm saying that if Kotoko can fight for 10,000 people to be accounted for, NSA will also benefit, because the percentage will not go to only Kotoko, to go to NSA. So why is NSA fighting against Kotoko? Because NSA, for instance, they are government appointees.
Yeah, so that is it. So
I wish for a long battle. NSA any Kumasi Santi Kotoko. I still maintain my position. Say Kumasi Santi Kotoko. Kadada Denyano Kakotoko. Etimi Enya Omanga Sono Stadium Ashanti Good Ukraine Clay. Nations FC Bar and CA. Omotimi upgrade some say 20,000 say 10,000 be. Oh, tomorrow. Nyado money NSA benya issues too much because I didn't know dear.
The thing is with the stadiums, we all know nations as you are talking about. which stadium if they don't build a stadium, which stadium are they going to use? And Kotoko in Kumasi, there's a stadium for them to use. Real Tamale United, they have a stadium there for them to use. So I don't see why they should. If they have the capacity or the capability to build the stadium, fine. But if they are not able to, they have a stadium at their disposal. Because if they don't use the stadium, it means that there will be there's not going to be maintenance in the stadium. And the government also build those stadiums for profits, not only for fans, or not only for fun. So I think for the stadium, Kotoko doesn't have a stadium. I don't think it's a factor. The factor is just that those people need to be transparent, and Kotoko, they need to provide those backface. I don't know why I forgot that computer term that they use. That their backroom. Yeah. So I think the stadium is not a problem. It's just they need to be transparency in all their dealing, so that the club will get money, the company too will get money, and the government will also get his part.
I was for before I hear so Mami wishi eye miankasa me boy eye latte oko temanu town ni potemu wa ono zia no ope bobechi na so ni wa latte no ho enura ene na ni birthday intino Radio TopAfric crew ye gina this platform aweshe latte awo temanu town. Happy belated birthday. If you know your Charlie, no matter what, Joma Kanu nye, ani na Jomon, neke Jomone no anye, Kani Mukuke, Mujiba, Fatai, ni Wafitini, Wika Party boy, or latte. If you know your Tamanu town, latte, one wishable from Germany, That should tell you, okay, you are so important to us. One wishable happy birthday. Latte, I'm a trouble, smalling, like a piano taco bear, smalling, no loco. I was for her and remember me a comedy doing ABC, Nameya Duma, Dasene. You better say, Shia, na ye diacano ababeta mote a yet Barco, Dr. Barco, the only certified black doctor in Hamburg. So far, a bar. Germany, the only certified medical doctor Germans no assign any the only Dr. Barcon. Chumesi, or also a year, only UN for the dynamo, a product of Pesek. Or also, but your project, Ziano, the project near where we into the free next week aircon or join here from Zoom. Nemo or court Nasi Bibia Kuya or Besaba back to Hamburg now or Bekaya Sasna Masati a year Frank a jam and car Pepa Media. I beg way for a journey a year Facebook. I was a forbidden Bobbit Namia demand the Sene a Bessa Shimo. May the peaceful God be with all of us. Peace. Shalom.